It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by
ProMed Ambulance Services, care you can count on,
and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
He was the first African-American to reach the rank of 4-star general in the United States Armed Forces. This certainly was a crowning moment for Daniel James Jr., better known by the nickname Chappie, on September 1st, 1975. The son of a gas station attendant and a high school teacher, James was born February 11, 1920, in Pensacola, Florida. He graduated from Tuskegee University in 1942, receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in physical education. He underwent civilian pilot training under the government-sponsored Civilian Pilot Training Program, and in February 1943, enlisted in the Air Force. The second lieutenant remained at Tuskegee as a civilian instructor pilot in the Army Air Corps later that July. Throughout the remainder of the war, James trained pilots for the all-black 99th Pursuit Squadron. After completing P-40 Warhawk training and then B-25 Mitchell training, James served as a B-25 pilot with the 617th Bomb Squadron with the 477th Bomb Group at Godman Army Airfield, and then at Lockbourne Army Airfield from January 1944 until the end of the war. After briefly fighting in the Korean War, James returned home in 1951 as an all-weather jet fighter pilot with the 58th Fighter Interceptor Squadron, later becoming operations officer at Otis Air Force Base in Massachusetts. In 1953, he became commander of the 437th Fighter Interceptor Squadron and assumed command of the 60th Fighter Interceptor Squadron in August 1955. James next was assigned as a staff officer in the Air Defense Division of the Office of the Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations. After numerous other transfers, James fought in Vietnam, where he flew 78 combat missions. He was named vice commander of the 33rd TFW at Eglin Air Force Base, Florida, in December 1967. In 1969, the Florida State Jaycees named James as Florida's Outstanding American of the Year. He, in turn, received the JC Distinguished Service Award. In March 1970, James was promoted to Brigadier General and became Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense, Public Affairs. He played a key role in rejecting the accuracy of a list of POWs supplied by North Vietnam, despite widespread agreement within the government that it was in close accord with intelligence estimates. In 1974, he assumed duty as Vice Commander of the Military Airlift Command, headquartered at Scott Air Force Base, Illinois, as a Lieutenant General. As mentioned earlier, on September 1st, 1975, James made history as the first African-American to reach the rank of 4-star general in all of our armed forces. In December 1977, he became Special Assistant to the Air Force Chief of Staff. However, on January 31st, 1978, he officially retired from the Air Force. Just 3 weeks later, and 2 weeks after his 58th birthday, he suffered a fatal heart attack. An earlier heart attack had forced his retirement.
Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia?
Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.